I've said this before about Brett. I'm going to say it again real quick before we get started with this video. When I thought about launching my own cryptocurrency, I talked with somebody who knows a lot more about meme coins than I do. And he told me about a success story about Brett. And the reason why Brett did as well as it did is because the team bought up 90+% of the supply. That's what he told me. It ended up being, according to the FUD reports, 81% of the supply. And so I remember that was before all the FUD came. And I remember thinking that seems like a fantastic strategy. And then all of a sudden, Twitter is hit by all of this insanity with Brett. With Brett's a scam. They did all these terrible things to scoop up so much of the supply. And whatever you want to say about that, let me just tell you that that's been very effective for Brett. That's why it's doing so well. I have learned from my own experience with whale manipulation. They are able to prevent whale manipulation in significant amounts because they're coordinated. They're making efforts. And what's the reward of that? Well, Brett's over $1 billion in market cap right now. And so now I want to focus on this cryptocurrency and I want to think about my bags, which isn't anywhere near as significant as some of my peers in this space. It's only a few $1,000s. And I want to think about when I am going to exit, because I have a feeling at the top that there's going to be major people calling for Brett to go much higher. And I don't want to be a bag holder with this, but I do believe there's a lot of potential to make money. Okay. But before we do all of that, okay, this is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research. I am not a financial advisor. And while I appreciate that so many of you are hopping in here from all over the place, you've got to hit that subscribe button. It's summer now and my kids are off school, which means I have a lot more time to be focusing on content, and you're going to be seeing a lot more content from me on this channel. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification button as well. And before we dive on in, I do want to remind you, I made this video a couple months ago, how and why to buy based Brett. Does this still have 100x potential? It was at a $200 million market cap at the time, 100x from there. I mean, that's $20 billion. It's actually possible. It's possible now that I think about it. But I would not actually recommend checking this out. The reason why I'm actually sharing this video with you right now is because I found a much easier way to buy Brett, and that is to use this website, rhino.fi. Rhino like the horned rhinoceros, rhino.fi, and you can bridge lots of cryptocurrencies from different platforms, from different blockchains to other blockchains. And here's my recommendation. If you are looking to buy Brett and you don't own any, or any base ecosystem crypto, which a lot of my base ecosystem cryptos are doing very well, the meme coins at least right now, all you have to do is bridge. You connect your wallet, you bridge from Ethereum to Base. It takes maybe 5 minutes. And then here's the big thing, bridging from Base back to Ethereum. If you do it the way that I've seen a lot of people demonstrate how to do it, it could take up to a week. I'm not exaggerating. It could take up to a week to get your ETH blockchain Ethereum back. And all you have to do is go to rhino.fi and you can do it within about 5 minutes. It's really simple. This has been the most convenient way for me to get more base ecosystem cryptos. All right. So I hope that's helpful. But what do we say about Brett? I can't believe it hasn't even been 3 months for this cryptocurrency. That's insane to me. It feels like it's been forever. Just all of the drama, all of the insanity. You know, we saw this big, the fear, the terror that this got under $200 billion. And then the dip was bought and we chopped around for a bit and it seemed like it was going to be over. But man, I'll tell you this, I bought a decent bag around the time that I started seeing a little bit more strength in the chart. So somewhere around here, and here we are off to $1 billion. And you have a lot of people on here. You have Crash. He's probably the most prominent crypto influencer who's really big, just posting massive conviction with Brett that this thing is going to what? I mean, what's the last thing that he said? Whatever number he says, I'm going to tell you it's much higher than where I think this is going to go. But whether or not I think that Brett is going to $50 billion, $100 billion. I've seen those numbers with him here. He's talked about it being this bull run SHIB, that it's going to overtake certain cryptocurrencies. I don't remember, like SHIB or Pepe. We don't only have Crash. We have a lot of people. We have Shmoo on TikTok and Telegram. The power of his Telegram group is insane. We have Rex on Telegram, or sorry, on TikTok. There's several people who will cause a lot of money to be poured into this, and they are posting regularly. They're recruiting people to post regularly. The sky is the limit for Brett. But I do want to point out to you something, that these people, the higher this goes, the more pressure is going to be put on them to sell. I saw a video from Shmoo. He's a friend of mine. I really like him. I respect his game. He has, I think, $2 million worth of this. He's taken some profits off the table. What happens if we see this get to $10 million? I mean, that's $20 million worth of a crypto. I'm just going to tell you this. If I were in his position, that would be increasingly difficult for me. Even if I thought this was going to a $50 billion market cap, it would be increasingly difficult for me to justify holding on to my bag. Now, I will say this on the other side, I would have a mindset that I would never actually cash out completely. And that's just the meaning of being a whale and having more of a cryptocurrency than the entire liquidity of the project. So it's one of those things that as we got to 10 billion or 20 billion with Brett, that if I were in their position, I'd probably want to get more aggressive with taking profits off the table. That's just me, but maybe they've already done that. So I'm just going to tell you my strategy with Brett right now. It's not anything of significance. The 90%, the 81% of the supply that's held by the whales, that has to factor in somewhat. Now, they're playing it beautifully. I fully admit to you, they are playing this very well. But it's a meme coin. It's going to go down significantly in the bear market. And I think this is one that's going to come back in the next bull run. And so I'm hoping that it goes down 95% from its peak to whatever its bear market bottom is. But personally, for me, I'm going to start thinking in terms of where would this go at its bottom in the bear market. Do I think that this is going to be higher in the next bear market than where it is right now? My answer is very much so, strong conviction, yes. Which means that at some point soon, I am going to be looking to take profits on my small bag, which is in the thousands and not in the millions. But here's my mindset with Brett. It is high conviction, extremely high conviction until it's extremely low conviction. Right now at $1 billion for me, Brett, is extremely high conviction. And then at one point in the future, that's going to flip itself on its head, and this is going to be an extremely low conviction cryptocurrency. I believe this still has another 10x in it. So at some point between now and that 10x, and it could certainly go higher, but between now and that 10x, let's say it goes to $10 billion or $11 billion in market cap. At some point between now and then, my conviction is going to entirely flip, and I would strongly recommend not financial advice, the same for you. So what does that look like? It depends on where you are in your position. For me, I very much want to see this get to 5 figures and to not just $10,000, maybe around $20,000, maybe even $25,000 or $30,000. I very much believe it's going to get there. And at some point, my conviction is going to change. So does that happen at a $5 billion market cap? I think this is going to go higher than a $5 billion market cap. Does it happen at a $6 or $7 billion market cap? I'm not going to give you my specific playbook with that, but I am going to tell you, you are going to hear much higher numbers for where this market cap will peak than where it's actually going to peak. They will need to do that. Crash, one of you has said to me that Crash is a pump and dumper and a scammer. He is, I will not buy that, but I will say I very much believe that he, on the day of the peak, will be telling you it's going to go much higher. So I'm not going to be a bag holder with this. That's just me. Personally, somewhere between $5 to $10 billion, my conviction is going to flip. That doesn't mean it's going to peak at $10 billion. That doesn't mean it's, going to peak at $5 billion. This could go to $20 billion in market cap. Would it go to $45 billion? That's where Shiba Inu peaked in 2021. I don't know. I'm not going to be around. I will have zero Brett at that time. And that's how you got to play this. All right. The strategy is not to sell at the peak. The whales will decide where this peaks. The strategy is to sell on the way up to the peak and not on the way down. Regardless, Brett, I think, has a lot of potential to do very well. And even now at a $1 billion market cap, this is a good buy. Not financial advice. That's where I land. But I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section of this video. And also, just a reminder, we have member-only live streams every Tuesday and Thursday. You can click the join button. It's easier, apparently, on the desktop versus on your phone. It might show up on your phone, but it definitely shows up on your desktop. Click the join button. And also, if you want to get involved in trading, we focus a lot on trading during those members-only live streams on Tuesday and Thursday. Sign up for 3 free months of NordVPN, and then you can use that and sign up for Bing X, and you will get potentially up to $5,000 in rewards for joining Bing X if you complete some of their texts. If you click my referral link, I will get a benefit as well. I would greatly appreciate that. But I use Bing X. I like Bing X, and I have no problem just spreading the word. All right, that is all I have for today. I hope you have a wonderful wonderful day, wonderful rest of your week, and I will certainly be seeing you in another video. Peace.